Hey guys, welcome back to DVD Rental Reviews, and this time I rented the Green Inferno. I hate that I'm curious, especially when I heard that a movie is bad, even though I know it's written and directed by one of my least favorite directors, Eli Roth. But I had to check it out anyway, because I'm fucking curious, and I hate myself for that. Yeah, I know this movie is bad. I heard that a lot of people say the movie is bad, and I checked it out to see how bad it was, and was wondering if it's as bad as people say, or yeah. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. This this movie really sucks. And here's the funny thing: Eli Roth made two movies last year. Released two movies last year anyway. The Green Inferno, which I watched fully, even through the mid credits, there's a scene, and I watched that. All 1 hour and 40 minutes of it. And he released another movie called Knock Knock, and I couldn't even finish it. I could not finish that movie. I couldn't believe I was able to, keep going with this one, but I couldn't even finish Knock Knock. Oh god, this movie is a piece of shit. You know, I get, I got, I got I gotta applaud Eli Roth for at least trying something with the cannibalistic movies. So I guess this movie is kind of a throwback, but at the same time, if you're trying to set it in, around the year 2015, at least modernize it in some way, because I felt like he keeps trying to make these like cannibalistic movies from the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and just create them now. But I don't know, nothing really changed. I felt like this movie actually came out from the 1970s and 80s. So I gotta commend him for that. And also, he did use real tribesmen. I mean, they're not cannibals or anything, but he found a village, and they all want to be in the movie. They have no idea what a movie is, so he got them into this movie, and they did pretty well. All the villagers were great in this movie. So I kind of want to recommend everyone to see this movie just for them, but it's actually not fucking worth it. Oh my god. Other than the villagers, the characters are horrible. I mean, you could say, what did you expect? It's an Eli Roth movie. Of course the characters are going to be bad. But my god, they're insufferable. A lot of them, anyway. The only one that I actually kind of care about is the kid from Spy Kids. And he plays he plays a stoner, basically. He asks about the marijuana, and he's the goofball. I don't understand why they actually show this, but there's a scene where he had to go pee, and so he's peeing in the forest. But the camera, the way it's shot, it didn't show his dick, but it showed the base of his dick, and you can see like the top part of his balls. And then there's a tarantula coming towards it. I guess the scene is supposed to be funny, but the entire time I'm like, oh god, I see the base of the kid from Spy Kids, the base of his penis. I don't know how I feel about this now. It's weird. And to me, I thought his acting is actually the best. Everyone else, the acting really sucks. Especially with the main girl, who turns out to be Eli Roth's real wife. And I hated her in Knock Knock. Here, she's tolerable at least, but at the same time, her character's, ugh. Okay. Oh, a lot of these characters you just want to die or just go away. I mean, there's a couple characters that I guess are nice that you kind of care about them, but they weren't given that much personality because you haven't even seen them in previous scenes. Like this one guy whose name is Daniel, I believe. He didn't really talk much in the beginning of the movie. Then you show more of him in the village, and you're like, okay, where's this asshole coming from? Because I kind of like this guy, mostly because he's the only one making sense of everything. And oh my god, the Alejandro. That's the thing about Eli Roth. He can write a shitty character. I, that's the thing. I want a horror movie to have characters that you actually care about. All of them. Why does there have to be a fucking douchebag character? Why does there have to be a character who's a bad guy who turns out to actually live throughout the entire thing, including the end, when he should have fucking died? Alejandro. This fucking guy, I fucking hated him. Oh my god, he was the worst. I mean, the whole point of this movie at first, oh my god, the first 40 minutes was such a bore. It's it's about these activist group. They're the main character is very interested in it, mostly because the main guy's hot, I guess. She likes his Hispanic accent and stuff, so she decides to join in. And the guy's like, "Okay, okay, we go over to Peru, and then we're gonna stop the bulldozers from destroying this forest, which will destroy this village." Ah, and Jesus Christ. But it turns out he has other plans. The only reason he was interested in her is because her father works at the UN. That's basically it. She didn't put two and two together because she wasn't thinking about joining at first. She just looked at his eyes. He looked into her eyes, and then that was it. And then she said out loud in a class that her father works at the UN because they were doing this study on women and some tribes and all that stuff. I don't fucking care. And so that's why she got invited, and that's the plan the entire time. They're like, okay, we're going to use her as bait, that we're going to dismantle her lock, even though she thinks that her lock is broken. It's broken on purpose because of us, because we know that these guys with the guns, they're going to try to shoot her at first, and then we're going to tell people, hey, listen, asshole, you're on satellite TV, you're being live streamed all over the world, and people are going to see that you're going to kill someone's daughter, someone who works at the UN. So yeah, you're in trouble, mister. So right after this, he's like, "Oh, don't worry, Justine. Even though you were about to be shot, don't worry, you're alive now, and we get to celebrate because of you. We win." And she was fucking mad at him, which she should be, because why didn't he just tell her the plan? Why didn't he and his slut girlfriend tell them the plan all along? That way, she doesn't feel bad in the end. So he's like, "Hey, you knew the risks." No, she didn't. You didn't fucking tell her the plan. And here's the thing, asshole. She could fucking sue you for good if you guys come out of this alive. And also, her father works at the UN. Also, you've been recording this and live streaming it, and there's witnesses. You are so fucked. Why didn't they think this through? Unless Eli Roth didn't think these things through. Oh my god. Ugh. So the entire time I wanted him to die, and he doesn't die. He lives. They show him in the mid-credits that he joined the natives. He's painted all black and stuff, and I'm like, oh, fuck this movie. Oh, God. And the gore. I keep hearing, there's so many trailers for this that keep saying, oh my god, it's shocking. It's so disturbing. It's disgusting. Everyone in the movie theater will be throwing up and all that stuff. They're saying that this is very bloody. It's gory. You haven't seen this amount of gore before. It's tame. Seriously, even for a cannibal movie, it's really tame. I think Eli Roth worked on bloodier movies before. I think Cabin Fever is bloodier than this. Even Hostel. And Hostel, I believe, is more grittier than this. This one is nothing. My god. The first death happens at the 50-minute mark, and a couple people die right afterwards, but the gore is really not that intense. And some of the practical effects look terrible, to be honest, so I was not shocked anyway. The only part that really shocked me is when this lesbian, she's a vegan. So but she had no choice but to eat these scraps that were left for the pigs. So when she was eating it, she sees some kind of weird skin thing on the bottom of it, which has a tattoo of her girlfriend who tried escaping, but it turns out that she's being eaten by everyone, and that this vegan lesbian ate her own girlfriend. So because of that, she broke the plate and then slashed her throat immediately. I was like, holy shit. That part shocked me because I didn't know that I was going to go there. I thought that she would want revenge or something like that, but no, she just broke the plate and just like that within a second. I was like, damn, she didn't even fucking hesitate. So yeah, a lot of this movie Yeah, there's a lot more practical effects and real setting. There's really not that much CGI. Actually, there's one scene that has terrible CGI. It's with the ants. Not the ants! Oh my god! My eyes! My eyes! Oh my god! It's really that fucking bad, man. These CGI ants. Oh my god, this effect is terrible. I don't think they even cast shadows on the freaking body. It's just so bad. So the guy's like, ah, these ants! Oh my god, my eyes! Oh god! And then you just see little black CGI ants go over his body, but it didn't look right. It just looked terrible. And then when it zoomed out, you see these like black marbles all over him and stuff like that. Oh my god, it was hilarious. And then when Justine went back to the body and he's still alive, he really doesn't look that bad. He's like, please kill me, please kill me. Ah. But I'm like, dude, you just have a couple bite marks over here. I mean, unless they bit off your penis or something like that, but you're not even bloody. What the fuck? So yeah, there's a couple of death scenes, especially with the kid from Spy Kids. I guess his death is probably the most gruesome, and also I'm kind of confused by it because all the villagers they ate the vegan girl because she killed herself, so they cooked her. But before they cooked her, the people put in the marijuana so they could try to get the villagers high, which they did. Yes, there are high cannibals. Oh my god, the idea was so stupid. So they ate her, they got high, a lot of them got the munchies. So they start biting the kid from Spy Kids, and to the point where their teeth must be very strong or something. Because I saw this little baby girl, she ripped the flesh off his neck. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then you see a little girl carrying his leg, and his chopped off leg, and I'm like, wait, none of the villagers have axes or weapons or anything to cut his arms off. Did they actually like break it off with their own hands and bit into it, bit it up to, bit the cartilage out and stuff? My god. So yeah, that part I was very confused about, and I don't think I've ever seen that before. Villagers who are natives who are cannibals, but also can get very high. And it's one of those movies where you know the main character is gonna live, and also it's one of those movies where there's a fake out dream sequence at the end, which makes no sense because it shows the main character, she's still in school, and then she sees the guy Alejandro. It turns out that he's alive, so she's like, and then reveals that she has these really disgusting teeth and bites into Alejandro. Then it turns out to be a dream. Oh my god! And then it basically ends there. Then have the mid-credits scene with showing Alejandro, and it turns out that he's one of the natives. I'm trying to figure how that one works, and it turns out that this movie might have a sequel, which I don't want. Why do you want to make a sequel to this? At least a lot of the characters died. And also, this is also one of those movies where they do have a black character, and he is kind of the first one to die. Sure, there were others who died during the plane crash, but out of the people who got caught, he was the first one to be eaten. And I kind of understood it, why he's the first one. Not just because he's black, but also because he's the fattest one. So I guess they want him the most because he's juicy and tender, I guess, whatever. But yeah, this movie fucking sucks. And I don't like a lot of the shots. Um, it looks pretty. The village looks pretty. I don't mind spending some time over there. It actually looks pretty. The green looks very green, and the waters look clean. And sure, there are cannibals, but that's only in the movie. In real life, they are probably very nice people. But yeah, this movie fucking sucked. Oh god, I couldn't even believe I wanted to rent this just to see how bad it is. Now I know how bad it is. And shockingly, I just watched Gods of Egypt like 5 hours ago before I saw this movie. And that's a much better movie than this, and that one is so bad. And I'll do a review on that later too. Alright guys, that's how I feel about the Green Inferno. Write down in the comments below if you've seen the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Guys, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, there's an annotation here for subscribing. So until next time guys, see you later and thank you for watching.